The content presented is for entertainment purposes only. Some content may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, can I go?
Oh, I am starting.
Oh, you are starting?
Oh, okay.
I thought we changed that.
I
Okay. Well, hey everybody.
You're on
That's a fun intro.
J-Rhymes here with the periodic review with my wonderful cast here. We got Rianne over here.
It's
Yo.
glitching
Left,
again.
We got Alakai to my... Oh, come on. Son of a bitch.
Sad.
I guess it is the camera.
It just can't handle me.
It's your energy. You know, you're just vibing too much
is it just
extra
that one that's
energy over
going
there.
off?
And of course, we also have the lovely Bryson on the PC.
It's me again. Hello.
It's me again. I love it. Welcome to the show, everybody. We appreciate you joining us. We apologize. It's been a few weeks.
we literally had a podcast last week.
No, we didn't.
Wait, no, we didn't. Just
Bro,
kidding.
it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, that
like
last
legit,
week.
it's been 2 weeks.
We
Last
didn't
week
have
was
one
Thanksgiving.
after, or yeah.
It was
before
Thanksgiving weekend, so
Thanksgiving.
we figured we'd let everybody hang out with their family instead of spending an hour and a half in my basement. That actually does not sound right when it comes out of your mouth.
Gosh, you gotta turn it into something creepy.
You don't want to spend an hour and a half in my basement.
You don't want to know what's in the other room. Anyways,
You don't want
Does
to
this
know what
mean
I'm
we have to buy
capable of.
another camera?
yeah, but they're only like $20, so
Ugh.
maybe
I-
we can return it and maybe get money back for it.
I also might have one, so if I can find it, I'll give it to you. So
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see.
at least I think
They're not too expensive. So, but anyways, let's catch up on what we're doing. Let's go ahead and do ladies first. Let's do round robin from clockwise. So we'll start with Miss Rianne. Miss Rianne, what's new in your world?
I don't think I like being called Miss Rianne. That's weird. But I start a new job tomorrow, and school's almost done, and yeah, I just am chilling like a villain.
Nice, love it. What about you, Mr. Bryson? How have you been? What's new in your world?
Not too much. We're pretty much on the last week of classes this week, so that's exciting. I shot a short film yesterday. You got to see it.
Yeah.
Jacob. It was pretty great.
it
It was
funny.
exciting. It was
Yeah.
funny.
And you had a birthday.
Yes, I did. I
Happy
had my birthday
birthday.
yesterday. I'm 22 now.
Woo! 1 year after.
I don't know that you.
You're almost there to be able to rent a car. I think you have
That's-
to be 25. Was it 24 or 25 to rent a car?
24.
20.
It's 25, I think, most places.
25. Okay.
hmm I think it kind of depends on the place, because I've seen somewhere you can actually rent it at 21, but
Really? Oh.
yeah.
That's not been my experience, but
I don't think
my
I
experience
don't
has
think
been
people
very
should
limited.
trust 21-year-olds with
No,
rental cars.
definitely
but
not.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
Anyways, over to Kai. Your
Mr.
turn.
Kai.
Oh, there's not much new going on. I mean, like, same as Bryce, and we're in like the last couple of weeks of school. I'm pretty sure all of my finals are this week, but I think one of my professors was sick all last week, so we're probably moving our final to like the actual finals week, which is next week. But it's confusing, but there's not much new stuff. But
Gotcha.
we're vibing, we're chilling.
We're chilling. We're chilling. We're doing our thing.
Oh, yeah, I did. So I'm in talks with SUU to work with their to intern at like with their outdoor program. So
Outdoor program?
Yeah.
Explain.
I'll explain more after the interview process, because I don't want to jinx anything too much. So
Okay. No problem. No problem.
it may or may not happen. I don't
We'll
wanna-
maybe hear about it in the update next week.
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
we'll see. You'll have to tune in next week to find out.
Oh, damn. A cliffhanger. I love it.
Yeah.
What's
Tune
new?
in to hear more about Kai's internship opportunity.
To be continued. Welcome back. New with me, work's been crazy. That's why I haven't like put up any additional content on like the YouTube channel and stuff like that. So that's been kind of sad and unfortunate, because I really miss doing that, because work is just so crazy busy right now. I'm now working 6 days a week. We're doing like
Gross.
140, 160 packages plus a day.
Yeah, and then he guilts me into doing it with him.
Oh, I was so grateful. My boss gave me a smaller route today, and then I conned my wife into helping me out for 30 or 40 stops, so I didn't have to do 100 today. So
45. Thank you.
Excuse me, 45. She did 45 today. She's such a trooper, and I really do love and appreciate her. I've been having back spasms. I spasmed my back or pulled my back or however you say it.
You're old.
So I've been to
You're
the
old. That's all that
chiropractor like
matters.
twice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
old.
you're really old.
I know. I just turned 40 this year. What do you do? Fun fact, and we won't go there. Yeah, it sucks. Like it's I have had to work through it, so I'm like wearing like my back brace like when I'm loading and lifting stuff, and just kind of pushing through it with ibuprofen like when it gets bad enough, and just ice it and put deep blue or icy hot basically like on at night, and just hope for the best. And I'm just really hoping that it gets back to where it needs to be so that I can like feel more confident and more.
Hey,
like,
I already told you what
do
you
my
needed to
job,
do.
but-
You just don't listen to me.
Oh, is that it?
I've heard that's pretty typical in most marriages.
It totally is.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I swear, men, like, honestly, if you just do what your wives tell you, your life would be so much easier. I'm just saying. Isn't that the whole reason, like, you get married so that you have somebody to help you out with life?
No.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
somebody to
but
tell
that's
you what
the
to do all
job
the time?
of the man is to just not listen to the wife.
Oh, that's right.
It's like
Yeah, marriage is interesting.
I heard this joke. This is gonna be like, there's this joke that was like, my wife told me that I should start being like her more, so I started burning dinner and crashing the car and
Forgetting.
Wow.
Rand's about to leave.
I'm
I don't get
sorry.
offended very easily.
No,
Good
but
times. So today is Mr. Alakite's day
yeah,
because we missed, and he really wanted to do this particular topic today. So tell us a little bit about what we are topicking today.
topicking.
We're even topicking.
What are we
today.
topicking about?
What are we
Topicking?
topicking about?
We're so lately I've been just studying and like watching a lot of stuff animal related. Most of the stuff is related to apes. And no, I did not watch the Planet of the Apes movies in preparation for this. Even though those great movies, great movies.
Damn you! Not the original. The other ones.
I like the Matt Reeves movies. I thought they were pretty cool. I haven't seen the original ones, but
Yeah.
You haven't seen the originals with Charlton Heston?
no, I've just seen the Matt Reeves movies, but yeah. I thought those were interesting. But I thought it would be fun if we like ranked the 4 great apes from most dangerous to least dangerous just by talking about them. And technically there are 5 because humans.
No, there's
Do
4
count.
including humans, isn't there?
No, there is 4. So there's chimpanzees, bonobos, and then orangutans and gorillas. And then humans are the 5th.
Now those all different like
Bresson's fact check.
I'm
species,
looking.
or is it like is it like monkeys and apes, or is it like
So
different classifications?
Monkeys are different because they're little, aren't they? I mean, they're considered littler.
I think the biggest difference between
They're all primates, but they're all
yeah.
different.
So
Right.
the biggest difference between like monkeys and chimps is like sorry, monkeys and like the great apes is like the great apes don't have tails, monkeys do.
Gotcha.
So like capuchin monkeys have tails. Also,
So, like, baboons have tails.
so they're considered monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like so I'm going to start this off with a very unsettling fact. So chimpanzees will hunt animals similar to them, like capuchin monkeys and like little baby bush monkeys and all, like
Yes,
red
they're,
tail.
they're cannibalistic.
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
strange.
And they can't tell the difference, or maybe they can and they just don't give a shit, but they can't tell the difference between the monkeys they hunt and human babies.
That is true. There have been a lot of tales of like different monkeys like swooping in and trying to grab babies, and I'm sure they've actually have succeeded.
Yeah. So
Well,
Like-
there's a reason why Tarzan came into existence. The story of Tarzan. Sorry.
Clayton.
Right off the bat, I can tell you right now, chimpanzees are definitely the most chimpanzees are definitely the animal that I am afraid of most.
Even
Like-
more than bears.
Yes.
Oh, chimpanzees.
Oh, yeah,
are
definitely.
Scary.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely scarier than bears.
A bear will make
grizzly, maybe. Well, black bears are pretty aggressive
Did you
too.
see The Revenant?
But
Yes. Have you seen Nope?
That's a movie.
Oh, Nope is such a good
Okay,
movie.
You know,
Seriously?
you know that chimp scene, Bryson.
Yeah.
That is the most realistic thing in that movie.
That's like a real. There's like a
It's-
real story about that.
It's
Yeah.
based off of Travis the chimp, which I want to talk about in
Okay.
a little bit here. But no, like, so bears, a bear, there are ways to survive attacks from bears, and even if you don't, the bear is going to make it quick. A chimpanzee,
will like rip you
I don't
apart.
know about that, bro. Like I've heard that if bears do get to the point where they get you down, they'll start eating you from like asshole out. Like
Ew, whoa.
they'll start with your
Joke's on
innards
them.
and your organs before they start on anything else.
I'm not. Well, okay, so
That's what I
would say.
understand. I could be wrong, of course.
Okay, so a bear's likely to make it more quick or quicker. Like with the chimpanzees, their goal is to pretty much just inflict as much pain as possible.
Yes,
So what they're going to
that's
do
true, yeah.
is go for your hands. They're going to go for your feet, your face. They will even tear off your tools to make children.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Wait,
another
what?
story about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Chimps will castrate each other and humans if they get the opportunity to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the-
whatever's
I will-
whatever's
there's a
fleshy
story
and
with this.
dangling and easy to break and pull apart, they will grab and tear.
Yeah. So that's chimps. Gorillas.
Hey, my question is how did we find this information out?
Just a lot of time watching
Internet.
documentaries on the internet.
Chronically,
A lot of Joe
online.
Rogan
Yeah.
for me.
Joe Rogan too.
He always
No,
talks about chimps and stuff.
So gorillas are probably So the thing is, like with gorillas, bonobos, and orangutans, is they're not really looking for a fight. Gorillas are probably I think gorillas are probably the second.
Most docile.
Yeah, just because they're so strong. Like adult silverback gorillas can weigh up to like 400 pounds. Harambe, he was 440 pounds when he died.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, but and they're strong enough to bench press your car if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They are
but-
what, seven times stronger, or is that bears?
I
I think
mean,
bears for sure are 7 times stronger than human beings. I don't remember what like gorillas and stuff are, but gorillas what's really interesting about gorillas is that, you know, like they are the kings of the jungle, so to speak, as far as like they'll just sleep on the ground. Like they don't go up in the trees like most, you know, apes and monkeys. Like they'll actually just chill on the ground because they know they can protect themselves very reasonably and very easily.
Yeah.
What's really interesting though is that they will do everything they can to prevent themselves from having to go into danger, and they'll just basically say, hey, this is our territory, don't come in. And a lot of times they ward off all of their predators and other stuff that tries to come into their territory. So most of the time they don't get into scraps and stuff like that because they're just so big and intimidating. They
posture a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it works
The,
really well. Well, for the gorillas, anyways. I don't know about the others, but
Well, I mean, kind of, but like with gorillas, like they're basically like bodybuilding hippie vegetarians.
yeah,
It's pretty much like they're. They're more likely to be. I don't want to say friendly. That's probably not the right word, but
I don't know,
they're
they-
not looking for.
One of
they're not
my
looking for a fight.
They-
one of
want
my
us to create-
favorite movies growing up was Gorillas in the Mist.
Oh
Have you ever seen that?
no!
I was gonna say Congo,
Oh,
but
so-
that was
Oh no, that had creepy white.
that was
Man,
more of a
those-
horror film,
Like the white gorillas.
The white gorillas,
Yeah.
they were creepy as hell.
I don't think those actually exist.
No, they don't.
But
that
maybe
gave me
prehistorically,
nightmares.
maybe, but
I don't
not
know.
that we know of. Well, not that I know of, anyway.
So like bonobos and then orangutans, I kind of had a hard time putting. I think bonobos are probably more dangerous than orangutans because
Bonobos are just pygmy chimpanzees. So I was right. They are 4 kinds of great apes.
The different. So the only difference, but like the only physical difference between chimpanzees and bonobos is like their bonobos' faces are darker and they're a little bit smaller. Those are really the only differences. But they're also more pacifist than chimpanzees, whereas
Right.
a chimp's gonna try to tear your leg off and then beat the shit out of you with it. So I mean,
Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah. And they also look the most. Chimpanzees look the most docile.
Yeah.
But they're
okay,
not.
Bryson, look up hairless chimps.
Oh, that sounds
Oh.
horrifying.
It's almost as
no,
good
just-
as hairless cats.
So the thing is with hairless chimps, like they show you how
They look-
freaking buff they are.
oh yeah.
They're
Oh.
so muscular.
It's beefy.
Like,
oh wow.
Chimps are
Holy
actually
shit.
4 times stronger than humans.
So this is why we need a big TV like just above the monitors so that we could
So
be
you
like
guys can all.
They're huge.
yeah, I can still see
They're
over your shoulder,
huge!
but I don't know if Alakai can. You could probably see on the
Oh my gosh.
This thick boy.
Look
look at
the
those
shoulders.
shoulders.
Are you sure
That's
that's
what I
not
was
like
thinking.
photoshopped though?
It is.
No,
is
that's
not
real.
photoshopped.
That's real.
It is not photoshopped. I promise you.
That's just nuts.
Holy shiznit.
Looks like something literally out of Planet of the Apes, but
No, that's
That guy's gonna start looking at you and be like, "No,
no.
Okay,
No,
seriously,
they're
I'm gonna have
so
nightmares.
intimidating. they're terrifying. But then orangutans are probably the ones that are which thank God because they are so scary looking.
they are creepy looking. But yeah, they are the most
Male
like,
orangutan, like if those were actually violent, I would be convinced that demons are actually. But
I think
no,
one of those
they're-
pictures of one of my baby pictures. I think, or maybe that's my cousin. I don't know. One of the two.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
No, but orangutans are definitely they're pacifists. The only
Yeah.
it's very rare that you'll hear attacks from.
Don't they just mainly throw their feces?
yes."
Yeah,
I don't
They
like you. Here's
stink.
poop.
And like orangutan poop, I know stinks really bad. But
No.
the one thing I remember about orangutans, sorry,
you're good.
is I watched an episode, like the one and only episode of Jackass I ever watched. They had an orangutan show, like somebody got an orangutan and put it in the hotel room, and it started throwing feces at them. And that's
Was
the
it
one thing
Wild
I
Boys?
remember.
It sounds like something
know.
from Wild Boys.
It was one of those stupid MTV shows where they do stupid stuff.
We can say shit.
You can say shit. We just stay
Oh,
away
okay.
from like the F word and the C word and the N word, and
You can't just can't say
you can't say fa la 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 la.
mother father.
You
Mother-
son of the motherless goat.
Mother trucker, dude. That hurt like a butt
Butt
cheek
cheek
on a stick. Watch your profanity.
I am so lost now.
Bryson being back to the memes of Vine.
Yeah, we're quoting Vine over here.
No. But like, yeah, orangutans are like the only time that they really get throw hands, as I do air quotes, like is when males run into each other, and even then they're basically just screaming and just
Yeah,
trying
because
to
aren't they
intimidate.
pretty solitary?
yeah, like chimps, bonobos, gorillas, they all live in groups and families, but orangutans are like
He doesn't
known to
remember which
be-
one he's talking about.
I know there's too many, you know, but
Yeah, all 4.
orangutans are pretty much like just on their own. They're pretty, but yeah, they're basically the omegas. Because like,
Sigmas.
is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the one that's like doesn't need a group.
Okay, cool.
That's Sigma.
I thought it was omega. Never mind.
Yeah, I
I
heard
hate
that was
that
like
I know
a,
that.
That's like a new. Is that like a new thing that people are talking about? The Sigma life.
The
Like,
Sigma grinds.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think that's a new thing, but it's just like something that's gained
the
traction.
the Sigma male.
I
It's
don't
like
even know what that means. No,
I
it's-
don't know
it's
either.
It's the alpha. It's like alphas versus betas. People talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
I-
Sigma is in a class of its own.
Yeah.
it's
I hate when people refer to other
We're-
people as betas. That's so stupid.
yeah. Like honestly, it's like I get where people are going with that, but they're kind of trying to reflect that with with apes and stuff like that. But that doesn't even like apply even when we worry about that. That usually works in like the wolf realm.
Mm-hmm.
That were like with wolves and stuff like that actually makes sense with alpha males and beta males.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like apes and monkeys. That doesn't work that way in that world.
Okay, so I wanted to bring up this question with you guys. You guys remember the whole story back in 2016 with Harambe and like that whole thing that went on?
So
Rest in peace.
Harambe was a gorilla. He was shot because some kid fell into the enclosure and
And
He was
he
just
went and
dragging
got
it
the
around?
kid, but he didn't hurt the child.
No.
No, so Harambe was like he was a gorilla being a gorilla. Like this kid did fall into the enclosure with the gorillas, and Harambe was like he was actually trying to protect this kid, like as if the kid was his own. So there are a couple of moments there's a video online of the whole encounter that happened with Harambe, but there's a moment where there
Can
are a
we
couple
see
moments. Probably, Bryson, can you pull up?
Is it too long?
No, it's not very long.
Let's say if it's
pretty
longer
brief.
than like a minute or two, then maybe not. But I don't know. Maybe we can pull it up and or maybe there's.
I
a
remember
clip
being
of the
sad
most-
that they.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe there's like a clip of like the most
That
important
is-
parts.
That is so low resolution.
Somebody's filming on a potato.
It's pretty low for 2016.
Yeah.
No, but like there's a couple moments where he starts dragging the kid, and you'll see it. Like it seems violent, but it's not.
That's pretty normal for
Yeah.
ape
I think
behavior, I
went
guess.
past a little bit. Maybe go back a little.
Oh my goodness, they're just chilling. But here's the thing, though, because like I get why they did it, but why didn't they use tranquilizers?
So here's why. Because the thing is with if you try to tranquilize a gorilla, like it's gonna take like maybe 20 minutes for it to take effect. Yeah. So all the times I'll come back to the tranquilizer thing, but like all the
that
times
looked pretty
where
sketchy.
yeah, so all those times that he's dragging him, the crowd is like screaming.
Oh my god.
So when that happened, Harambe just got confused and was like, "What the heck is going on?" Because when gorillas do that with their young know to like climb on the backs of the gorillas. But I mean, this is a human child. He doesn't know that, and he's not
Yeah.
strong enough to do that.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, so Harambe's just getting confused, and he's not like he doesn't know what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. And then trying to go in and try to just pull the baby away from him would be pretty sketchy
Way
too.
worse, yeah.
Because now he thinks that he needs to protect the kid.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Well, and they're territorial,
crazy.
so it's like.
mhm.
Yeah.
So with that, going back to the whole deal with the tranquilizer, like it would have taken 20 minutes for it to take effect on him and to knock him out. And if he gets a couple darts in him, all that's going to do is freak him out, and that kid
That
is probably
could've-
going to be totally unalived. So
Yeah, that's
yeah, I mean,
wow.
so what do you guys think? They did end up killing Harambe, shooting and killing Harambe. Do you think that was? There was a lot of controversy back in the day when that
I
all
remember
came out.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't
feel
know.
bad. I don't know.
Well, that's
How did
just
the child fall down though? That's what I don't remember.
He was a dedicated kid. I mean, like the enclosure.
see the monkeys.
Where's the parents though? That's
I
what
love
I'm wondering.
gorillas.
That's the
I
thing,
fell
there was-
into the enclosure. What's happening?
Off taking a smoke break.
There was like a whole petition, Rianne, that came out against the family, saying that they should have been punished more because, like, they were accused of being so negligent, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but like the thing is that this kid he was dedicated. Like he had to climb under one of the. It was like a 3-foot railing. I want to say, I don't remember exactly what, but like there was like a way that the kid could get under, and he had to like climb through some wires and.
Right, so it took some time for him to get through it, obviously,
Get in
because
there.
they put those,
Yeah.
like, if you go to a zoo, they do put barriers and stuff in place. And so the parents would have had to been pretty negligent to not notice. You know what I mean? It would have taken a toddler some time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It was a 3-year-old kid, so I mean,
Yeah. I guess it's understandable, but I mean, parents aren't perfect, and that's like just people in general aren't perfect. And
I
everybody's gonna
personally
make
don't think we
mistakes,
should
so.
be exploiting animals anyway. Like
I agree, but
Like-
do not
having
like
zoos
zoos
and stuff like
I
that?
do not like zoos. I hate
Aquariums.
them.
aquariums are cool.
Sanctuaries, like, okay, but like to put animals in cages for our sheer entertainment.
They should make a blackfish, but with like zoos specifically
Yeah.
instead of just SeaWorld. Make
Yeah,
zoos as a
I'm
whole.
not like I saw blackfish and I was so mad. I was like,
So, I mean, could you imagine the headlines if, like, they tranked the gorilla or like chose to try to intervene? Like, that kid would have totally been dead, and that zoo definitely would have gone out of business. I think
that's a good point. Like,
'cause-
what happened if they did trank him, and the gorilla is holding him, and he finally passes out, but on the kid, that's 400 pounds on the kid.
at the end,
Dead immediately.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's like the most like chill scenario.
at the end of the day, like,
Yeah,
it's really about trying to protect a human life over, like, we got to put this gorilla down because otherwise this kid's life is gonna.
That's a hard choice, because it's like
Yeah.
you're screwed. Like, it's either you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, if
It's a double-edged sword.
either way, you're gonna get flack on it. Like,
Mhm.
you're gonna trank it, the kid's gonna die because the ape falls on it. Like, you
Or
shoot
tears
the
him
ape
apart, freaks
and
out.
he dies. Luckily, the kid was not harmed. Like, it doesn't matter. There's like no scenario that I can think of that it would have gone well unless somehow they were able to get in there. The grandma Harambe would just walk away, and then they're able to take the kid out, which more than likely that would not be the scenario, especially if he was holding the
Well,
kid
my
and pulling him
question
around.
is like, didn't any of the zookeepers? I mean, because there's proof that like people have relationships with animals and in captivity and stuff, right? Obviously,
they're still animals,
so
though.
I know, but why wouldn't the zookeeper? Like, I don't know.
I don't know that this is a situation where Harambe had any relationships with the zookeepers. But sorry, go ahead, Bryson.
Yeah, that and like stress, because like already animals in captivity are like stressed out of their minds.
Yeah, because
They're
it's
out of
not
their
a
natural
natural.
habitat.
Exactly. And then you have this kid who falls in, and then everyone's
And
losing their mind.
Yeah.
The
It's
kid's probably screaming. Everybody on top is screaming.
Yeah.
No one, like the animal, people, no one is acting in their right minds. It's just bound to go wrong.
Yeah.
Regardless if a relationship is good or not with the animal.
Yeah. That's the same situation that we have, with people that are in like the military or that are peace officers, police officers. When they get into those situations, like, it doesn't matter like how much training you have or how well you can compose yourself in stressful situations or life and death situations. Like, you can go through all the scenarios, but you're not going to understand it until you're in it.
Yeah.
And even then, it's more than likely you're going to make a mistake. Like, because we're human beings, we're prone to do that, especially when have all
that's-
those chemicals flowing through our brains.
That's why they train so much on muscle memory and repetition and stuff, because like that's why they do drills so much and everything, is because at that point the subconscious, like when you're pumping full of adrenaline and your conscious, like your temporal brain and all that stuff is all out of whack, that's when the subconscious brain kicks in, and like hopefully you're working off of muscle memory. That's why like Marines like training for Marines and like all those intensive combat type things is so intense, like G.I. Jane or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? But it's like that's why they put them through like hell, so
Yeah.
that you're basically stressing your body out so much but gaining muscle memory, so that if you are in intense situations, you're not as reliant on the conscious brain and all that stuff.
Yeah. Sorry to kind of go off on a tangent a little bit. Just kind of piggybacking off of that is that I don't know if you guys have heard some of this stuff on the internet that's kind of coming out, but there's a lot of people that are filming and like taking pictures and stuff of like the Marines, like Buds, like all these different like organizations, like literally going through like the best of the best to get the best of the best out of people. And they're literally putting them through everything. Like they are going through tear gas. They are like, lugging around like telephone poles, like in the ocean. Like they're doing all these different things to literally break these guys down so they can build them up. And that way, when they're in these crazy situations, like when they're in like combat, when they're actually like fighting against people, like hand to hand, knives, guns, all this stuff, that they can act accordingly. And what's interesting is that people are now taking these pictures of these guys like crying and like snot coming out of their nose and stuff from being gassed and stuff. And they're saying like, oh, the military and stuff, they're too hard on people. And it's like, no, they go through that stuff so that they can do their job.
When it comes down to life or death, that they
can compose themselves. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not even, and it's not even a perfect like training. It's the best they can give, but again, like we're human beings, and so we're going to act like human beings, like no matter what. Just hopefully that they've had enough training and they've had enough experience that they can do what they need to do.
Now here's a question: what if they would have sent a Marine in with Harambe?
I'm pretty sure the Harambe.
I'm just kidding. I know Harambe would have like
Harambe destroys the Marine.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure. I'm just saying.
This is the UFC fight.
Just bonk him on the head and he's knocked out. The UFC fight I've been waiting.
Harambe versus Marine.
Welcome to WWE Super Slam.
It is prehistoric man versus man. In the left corner, it is Harambe.
Okay, but let's talk.
He is a 440-pound silverback gorilla. Sorry.
All right.
I digress.
Yes, you do. Okay, but I'm really curious about this whole chimpanzee thing and them like ripping off like legs, arms, and dicks.
Okay.
Because that's weird to me.
All right. So yeah, the whole Travis the chimp story is pretty insane. Have you got? Are you any of you guys familiar with that story?
Is this,
at all?
Not really.
Is this the one that a lady has a chimp as a?
No, it was an
it's a different
animal
one.
actor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm not familiar with it. We did watch Nope though.
So Nope
So
is actually the story that
They
inspired it.
They based that story off of the real life one.
So the thing is, like Travis the chimp, he wasn't an actor chimp. At least I don't think he was.
He was.
Was he?
I have it pulled up right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I do know he was very close with the police department and with his local community. So he was adopted by, I don't remember their names. Do you have their names anywhere? The mom and dad.
Let me see.
Yeah, this one I'm not as familiar with.
Sandra and Jerome Harold.
Sandy and Jerome. I remember now. Yeah, so I think he was 13 or 15. I can't remember. He was either 13 or 15 when he died. But the incident that happened like led to his death. And I guess the scene in Nope is also the same way that he was put down in.
That was gruesome.
Wait,
That
like
was a
how he
gruesome
was
scene,
coming to a
like-
child, like
So
how the
he was-
child witnessed the death of the chimpanzee right in front of his eye,
So
kind of
okay,
thing. Or
so let me just go ahead and like tell this story.
okay, yes,
So
please
yeah,
do.
Travis was raised by this couple, Sandy and Jerome, for the hot minute, 13 or 15 years. I don't remember.
It's about 15.
15. Okay, so 15 years. So Jerome ended up dying, I think, when Travis was about 12 or 13, maybe.
Travis is the monkey.
Travis is the monkey. Jerome
Okay.
is the dad.
Dad. Okay.
So, just clarification: Sandy and Jerome are humans. I don't know if we had that context in there, but no. So, once Jerome died, Sandy's mental health kind of went down the drain, and also Travis was also on Xanax. Just gonna throw
The
that.
chimp
out.
was on Xanax.
They put the chimp on Xanax.
They
Oh
put-
my!
Yeah.
Who in their
Xanax makes
freaking
regular
mind-
people go
He was
crazy.
He
Why
was
would they
prescribed Xanax.
Well, yeah.
Somehow.
And Xanax is one of those drugs where you have to like wean yourself off. You don't
Or
just
it
go
will
cold
kill
turkey because you will do bad things to yourself and others.
So there are a few instances where Travis had some run-ins with the community. Like he stopped traffic at one point, and people tried to report him, and the local police just let it go because they knew Travis and they were close with him. But the attack itself. So it's Charlotte Nance.
Yes.
Nash.
Charlotte Nash.
Charlotte Nash is the name of the person that was attacked. So Charlotte was a friend of Jerome's and Sandy's, and she was visiting them one day, and for context, Travis's favorite toy was like a Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh, that's so endearing.
I think it's kind of weird. Tickle me. But
Or
she,
eat me. That works too.
yeah. So Charlotte actually knew Travis and was friends with him. But the day that she went over to visit, she had like redone her hair, so she looked kind of different. And she brought a Tickle Me Elmo to surprise Travis. The problem is, Travis didn't recognize Charlotte. And when he saw her come out of the car with this Tickle Me Elmo, he assumed that she had stolen his toy. So that's what led to this
theory, though.
gruesome attack.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So now keep in mind, before this attack took place, Sandy actually spiked Travis's lunch with his Xanax. So he was already on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was taking it looks like for Lyme disease. So
Yeah.
that's why he was
Gotcha.
prescribed it.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Forgot that was the reason why. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, I
But,
got you.
That was just a sad monkey.
Yeah.
He's just so sad. He's like, this monkey needs to be on Xanax.
No, so of course, so Travis sees Charla looking different and with his favorite toy, so he goes up to her and just starts mauling her. So he ripped with his hands and his teeth. He ripped off her nose, took out her eyes, ripped off her lips on her mouth. She lost, I think, both of her hands. I think. I'm pretty sure she lost both of her hands. So yeah, do not just people listening or watching. Do not Google images of the attack unless you have a strong stomach.
Yeah, I'm being like
Are
very
they
like
on there?
No, I'm watching. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't think we
please
can
do
No,
not.
put
but
that on.
are those actually on Google?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're on
guarantee
Google.
it.
You can Google the images.
Everything.
Yeah.
exists
Okay,
on the
wait a
internet.
minute.
So
I was gonna say don't
Rianne's
show
looking.
the
So
don't
okay,
show the.
I was
as
like, I'm
this
not gonna look. That's not going on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay, so as this was happening, Sandy like saw this all happening, so she tried to stop him. She actually hit Travis over the head with a shovel. Nothing. Didn't do anything to him. She even stabbed him in the back with a kitchen knife. And all that did was just make him turn around and glance at her and just go back to attacking Charla.
Wow.
So there is a recording online of the 911 call of Sandy.
It's horrifying.
Have you heard it?
It's
she didn't
scary.
die.
No, she survived. Charla survived.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But the 911 call, oh, it's haunting.
It's yeah.
I've heard it. It like gives me nightmares. It's
Yeah.
so scary.
I
yeah.
have to listen to that off off screen.
Oh,
So-
it's
Off air.
creepy.
So the police showed up, and I don't remember how many bullets it took. Bryson, can you it took 4 bullets. Thank you. So it took 4 bullets to put him down, but even then, like he was still going at it. Eventually, he did run away, but he went back to his room, and eventually, he died in his room.
Mm-hmm.
But even like oh my god, it was.
Jeez.
But from
That's nuts.
if you can fact check me, Bryson, I think she lost both of her hands. She
did.
had her
Her-
entire
Her
face torn
hands,
off.
nose, eyes, lips, her mid-face like bone structure, and then
Oh my
several
gosh.
brain tissue injuries.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. So I think the paramedics, when they showed up, they said that the scene was like there was so much blood they don't know how she survived. Like
She just lost that much blood.
yeah,
Jeez.
it looked like she was
Jeepers,
dead.
Judy.
So
Travis the chimp did not look very happy.
what picture are you looking at, Rianne?
This one.
Oh, like yeah. Yeah, and interesting smile. Okay, so that's Travis the chimp. You guys ever hear of the Mogamba the chimp? That story?
No.
Okay, so you'll probably find it under St. James Davis. So be careful if I don't know if his pictures will show up, but
That's why.
has
That's
like
why I
a-
have it on your camera before I put it on.
Yes, thank you for pre-screening.
wait, what is
I
this called?
appreciate that.
this is St. James Davis and Mo the chimp.
Mo.
His full name is Mogamba, but people know him as Mo the chimp.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
St. James Davis is actually, he's a former linebacker and NASCAR driver, and he adopted Travis at
Gosh.
he had
You mean Mo?
yeah
Is
he
that-
he and
Whoa!
Rianne's seeing the pictures.
Whoa!
That's pretty disturbing.
So listen, so James Davis and his wife adopted Mo when he was very young, and he was actually the best man at their wedding.
The chimp?
The chimp, Mo, was the best man at St. James Davis's wedding. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So very close. Now, Mo actually didn't do anything wrong in this situation. This was not Mo's deal. He was fine. But eventually, Mo did have to go back to a zoo. And on his 34th birthday, I think it's his 34th birthday, James Davis and his wife took him, they brought him some birthday cake. And when they went inside the zoo to have this cake with him, there were two other chimps that saw this, and like chimps feel the same things that we do, and that includes jealousy. Fear, anger, and
Love,
straight up
like-
malice. Yeah, they feel the same things that we do. They share 99% of our DNA. But they saw Mo was getting some cake, and the thing is, one of the rules amongst like chimpanzee troops is like the superior chimps are supposed to they're supposed to get food before the lesser chimps, I guess, if that makes any sense. It's just one of the rules.
It's a hierarchy, and
They have a hierarchy.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So the two chimps that saw this, like obviously they get jealous. So they run. This is like the worst time, but the zookeepers realized that their cages were unlocked. So these chimps got out, and one of them went straight for Davis's wife and chewed off her thumb. That was the first thing. So Davis gets in the way, and he actually protects his wife, and the attack results in Davis losing his nose, all of his fingers, his entire left foot, and he got his nose ripped off. I think he just lost one eye.
Yeah, he had one eye lost. His left foot was broken. Most of his fingers. It says his bottom parts were eaten.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. So they
ate his.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind right now.
Yeah, they took out a chunk of his buttocks and they castrated him.
What the ever
And
living
this
hell?
all started because of a goddamn birthday cake.
Yeah. Wow.
Birthdays be crazy.
Well,
That's
and
it. I'm
put
never
that-
having a birthday again.
put that on top of them in captivity, so they're out of their
Listen.
natural habitat, and then on top of that,
Listen, the words chimp and pet do not belong in the same sentence. They have no business being in the same sentence together. Do not
Yeah.
ever own a chimp.
there's a lot of things in life that you shouldn't.
I don't care
have a
what you
pet.
see on TikTok and Twitter. It's not cute. You're going to be looking like a Lord Voldemort. Do not own a chimp.
Come to die.
Hell no.
Thankfully, it is illegal to own them.
Yeah.
Now, they've actually been illegal to own since like 1980.
Is that all states or?
I was going to say, I think that's...
It looks like it. You had to have owned it beforehand to still have it.
Before what?
Before like the 80s. And then
Oh,
you could.
Gotcha. Like a grandfathered in type
Yeah.
of... Okay.
Are they
They're-
still
they're-
allowing like exotic pets in other areas? I think in
and
Texas.
you can have like smaller monkeys.
Like
'cause
capuchin and...
Yeah.
But
But
chimpanzees
you can't
Squirrels,
own any of the great
monkeys.
apes.
Yeah, that tracks.
But
Then they
but
should
mo-
not be in freaking zoos.
But you know what? They shouldn't. People shouldn't be able to own like exotic cats either. So
They're wild animals. They got to stay wild. Keep
well,
them that way.
all animals are technically wild. Like even though like we've like quote unquote domesticated dogs, there's still a high number of dog bites every single year.
Definitely true. but I mean,
Like how many?
Yeah, and most of
how
them
many
are
dog
from
bites?
chicken chihuahuas.
How many dog bites in the United States do we have each year?
Ooh, let's look.
I want to say at least 5,000 a year. I'm probably completely wrong.
You're just talking out of your butt.
I know.
Sheesh. 4.7 million.
You're shitting me. Are you
no,
serious?
that's also
I'm-
just reported.
A year?
Yeah. It says each year in the U.S. occur approximately 4.7 million pup bites from about 80,000 results in medical care.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So I want to know, does this include like when a puppy's teething? And I also want to know how many of these are the dog's fault? Like how many of them are just the dog defending himself?
You know,
Just
probably
saying.
the majority of them. There's a reason why small dogs bite more than big dogs because they feel threatened and stuff. And like, so actually Chihuahuas have a higher like owner attack rate than freaking pit bulls or some of the bigger dogs.
And I thought the highest was actually
Golden retrievers, yeah.
I could be wrong
The
about
good,
that too.
the
but-
goodest of the boys.
You guys, I just found another chimp
Yeah.
attack of a little boy.
Hey,
And-
you
oh.
want to hear a story of Gombe National Park back in 2002?
They had
Yeah.
the chimpanzee
I haven't heard
war.
that one.
Okay, so there was
Did you
an
say chimpanzee war?
Yes. That's
The
what
hell?
the one that we were just talking about. I don't remember his name. That
Mo Travis.
Mo. Yes, Mo. That was during the chimpanzee war in like Gamba.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah.
There,
You know,
Oh my
so
gosh.
there is a thing with they said right after the attack had happened because Davis was actually put in a coma for
Yeah.
like a few months. So after the attack, the zoo had actually called Davis and his wife and told them that Mo had escaped. I think that is bullshit. I don't think that he escaped. I'm pretty sure that they put him down because. Like if a chimp escapes, you're going to be getting a lot of reports of a chimp going like
well, where is it at?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So like right after he was reported escaped, he like his cage was pretty clean.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I just found another story. So apparently there was this boy who was playing in the river with his brother. Let's see. He was 9. Let's see.
9.
A chimpanzee attack, which happened while I can't say his name, was playing near a river, killed his younger brother and cousin over 2 years ago, and it ripped his lips off. And he came to America to have surgery to.
Ooh, good grief.
But like,
That's rough. Yeah. Don't show the camera.
I wasn't showing the
Her
camera.
camera's glitching anyway. She's fine.
They'll never be able to see.
She's stuck in the Matrix. It'll be all right.
I'm just so
she's blue pilled.
electromagnetic. You guys, this is freaking
Yeah.
scary.
You know,
I
just-
wanted a monkey when I was a kid. What the hell was I thinking?
You definitely don't now.
Yeah,
No.
definitely don't now. You know, but this is what's interesting because, like, even like thinking about like how, like over the past like I don't know 30 or 40 years, the United States has kind of been like a global police force. It feels like, but it's like, you know, we should leave everybody else alone and let them do their own thing. Like we just like that. We should leave like chimps in the in the rainforest and just let them be.
Let's
Yeah.
not mess with things
You know?
that are just part of nature.
Different countries and different people have their own different things and customs, even though we don't like them, we don't believe in them. Like, let them do their own thing.
If you're ever worried about surviving a chimpanzee attack, you're probably not going to. But if you
do, you'll be disfigured for life.
your best bet is to find some water and just get in. And if you're worried about the hippos or the crocodiles, they will make it much quicker than the chimp will.
But the kid was playing in the
Yo.
river when he was killed by the chimpanzee, or
How
this one.
deep? Chimps can't swim. That's why I say. So,
Yeah, and like,
I don't know.
yeah, like even like apes and stuff, like they only like to go through, like wade through like really small like creeks and stuff. They don't like to get their feet wet. That's something that's really interesting about.
Yeah, because
They'll
of
go
their muscle density, they would just
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in their DNA. They're like, yep, we can't float, so don't go near water.
No float? No, thank you.
I was watching a lot of National Geographic stuff before we started tonight because I kind of wanted to have a lot to add to this topic, and unfortunately I got to watch a lot of stuff about like lions and hyenas and like wild dogs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I got onto all of that, and then I went down a rabbit hole of like like the craziest things, like wildest things caught on tape from animals. Like if it didn't record, it didn't happen, kind of a thing. And it was just wild seeing some of that stuff. And
Okay, but can we talk about? I mean, apes, the great apes. No question, they are dangerous as hell.
Unless
But
it's
did you
orangutan.
know hippos actually
my
kill
God.
Yes.
more people in Africa
Yep.
They are
than any other?
terrifying.
Like they are scary as hell.
I can just bite you.
Have
in
you,
half.
That's the
have you ever
others-
seen like those videos of like hippos swimming after like speedboats?
Yeah, they're fast.
Oh my god,
suckers.
it's terrifying. It's so
they're
scary.
strangely
Okay,
fast.
the hippo attacking Congo. Here we go. Like in Congo. Seriously, just go watch Congo.
I
Because
watched
there was a hippo attacking Congo. That scared the crap out of me. That's when I got really scared of hippos.
Congo the
actually.
movie.
Yes.
Congo wasn't one of the apes, was it?
Congo was the one with the white gorillas.
I thought
but they
Congo
were.
was about the area Congo, like in the rainforest or whatever.
It is. But
But you're talking like Congo was one of the apes or something.
no.
Okay, I'm confused then.
In the movie Congo, they had attacks from gorillas and from hippos.
Yep.
And hippos scare me.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
Yeah,
that's just.
I thought, don't hippos have the strongest like bite?
I think so.
I think it is.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, have you
No.
seen
Hippos
them
are
lunch?
crocodiles.
It's way stronger than crocodiles. They can bite crocodiles in half.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Most like Nile crocodiles, which is like where they all live around, they do not mess with hippos. In
Yeah.
fact, most of them like there are like videos where like hippos are like wandering around a bunch of crocodiles. They all stay like perfectly still. They're like,
Yeah,
They can
and
eat
that's
like
a bad idea.
Really?
I watched a video, one of these videos, like it was like a montage, and it was literally like a crocodile attacked one hippo, surrounded by like 30 other hippos, and all the hippos jumped on this crocodile and just started taking bites out. I was just like, oh
that
my
is
god,
a terrifying
I cannot
picture.
believe.
Bryson has
Yes, they are.
Sneaky.
And they actually look they're like very funny looking animals. Okay, I have a weird question.
I always thought
They're like
hippos
dinosaur
were cute.
pit bulls.
I have a weird question. Okay, animals that exist right now that could possibly be from another world, like they're probably aliens that were put here. Go.
Mark Zuckerberg.
No, not people, animals.
Elon Musk.
But yeah,
Humans
like,
are animals.
Me.
Kai. Kai's from heaven. He's
that's a
Jesus.
good point. We are technically animals. You are correct, sir. No, horses. Horses. I think they are.
He thinks
They're very
aliens.
beautiful. They're very interesting, but they're also very weird looking.
So am I.
Fun,
And, like,
fun fact: hippos and horses are like very closely related.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Somehow that does not surprise me.
Yeah,
Wait, you said what? Hippos and horses?
hippos and horses are actually very closely related.
So
Oh, that is
hippos are
strange.
basically fat water horses?
You know that song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas?
Hippopotamuses do the
Yeah.
chunky dunk.
I wonder how that story ends.
Oh,
with
seriously.
the kids snapped in half.
Oh, and the other thing about hippopotami is that not only do they have the tusks like on the top and bottom, but they also have a couple that are jutting out from the bottom.
Oh.
Like they literally they can crush, but a lot of times they just like swim through the water and just like impale. Like the bottom teeth that are the bottom row from the bottom tusks, like in between those two. Yeah, they just impale with those and just run and that's crazy.
They eat watermelons and pumpkins like they're grapes to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And think about that because like you know how like all the like the different like
want some
TikToks
grape
and shorts
milk.
and stuff of the buff guys and buff gals like squeezing watermelons in their thighs and they're struggling to do it. They
You just
chomp
get
it
a
down
hippo.
like it's a like it's a peach. They're like, this is a very tasty peach and nectarine right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making me feel weak on leg day.
Right? Bite force.
Okay. No,
So crocodiles actually are
They're up there.
stronger than hippos in terms of bite force. However, because of the shape of a crocodile's jaw, it cannot nearly get like a good grip.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because the highest crocodile, it's 3,700 psi versus a hippo, which is 1,800, and so it's almost like double. However, crocodile's body is much more fragile than a hippo.
Right.
Okay, you guys.
Aren't crocodiles and alligators like the closest to dinosaurs?
That's what they say.
Sort of, yeah.
That's what
From
they say.
what
They're the most survived. Well, that and like sharks are like the most
You guys.
like survived quote unquote dinosaurs from the prehistoric era.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rian?
I just saw pictures of like other like the like carcasses of chimpanzees that have been killed
By other
by other
chimpanzees?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You guys, it's horrible.
Do you understand the term quartering?
What?
Do you understand the term quartering?
No.
So quartering is a medieval torture that they would do. They would basically tie each limb to a horse, and then they would smack them. So that the other term, torn limb from limb, that's where that comes from as well. And what's interesting about chimps is that they literally tear their limbs off, like they limb from limb, just pull them out of the sockets like they're nothing. That's just.
Oh my heck. Like
So-
their like neck is ripped off. Like, oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so
Sorry.
One last chimp story. Okay, I can't remember where it was that I found this story. I don't remember exactly the source. But there was a zookeeper in, I think it was in Gombe Bay National Park, but she was giving a tour to some people coming to the zoo. And one of the people asked her like what her most terrifying story was at the zoo. And when she started out, they started her out with the chimpanzees. Worst place to start, right? worst place.
Baptism by
to start.
fire. Here you
Oh
go.
my goodness.
So there was one of her responsibilities was to like take the food bowls and take them in and out of the chimps' cages, right? So and the chimps actually were smart enough to put these bowls up to the door close enough to where the zookeepers could just reach their hand in and grab them, right? So there was like her third or fourth day, she noticed that one of the food bowls was a little bit farther back, like far enough to where she would have to reach her whole arm in. So she was about to do it, but one of the senior staff there yelled at her not to do it. So the senior staff was like, "Look inside that cage and you'll understand." So she peeked inside and she could see one of the chimps just like waiting, just sitting there waiting for her.
Oh my god.
And yeah, like he was in a spot where like you weren't able to see him if you were standing up straight. So he was hiding
being
pretty
really
well.
conspicuous.
Mhm. Yeah. So and she also swears that when he saw that she noticed him, the chimp seemed disappointed. So she was convinced that this chimp
He was waiting to
Knew-
rip her arm off.
well, yeah,
Oh my
she was convinced that this chimp knew that she was new, and was like ready to just take advantage of her in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
So.
That.
As smart, like they're way smarter than we think that they are. It's
Animals
crazy.
are scary.
Oh man.
And
Shit.
enlighten some of the the different research in herbology and stuff like that.
It's like a psychotic chimp that was just like, ooh, let's see if I can get her. Sorry, but
Right.
I'm just like sitting here thinking like, what was
My
going on
next
in that
victim.
brain? Oh,
I'm gonna get her this time. Watch me sneak my bow a little bit too far.
I'm about to add this to my collection.
He's just got a bunch of arms.
Oh God!
Oh, that's horrifying.
Like how we keep like samurai swords in a collection.
It's like
The
how
Or
spy-
like how serial killers take freaking
Trophies, yeah.
I was gonna say
There's-
it's like how like hunters have like taxidermy deers.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
over their walls.
Yeah.
It's just like they have a collection of arms. They're like,
Yeah,
and this
that's-
is from my favorite.
that's
or a
distillery.
collection
disturbing.
of dicks. Sorry.
That's disturbing.
That just
What?
throws me off.
Sausage.
It throws me off that they will literally dismember the
What was that movie where that? What movie? What, or was it a TV series where this woman warrior would wear a necklace and it had phalluses on it?
I don't know. I've never
was
heard
it
of
a
that.
series or was it a movie? I can't remember.
Are you gonna look it up,
I am.
Bryson?
I want to know.
I'm
I do
actually
too,
kinda
but that I'm
curious.
like, my question is why
Was
does
it
my
a-
husband know about
Was it a
that?
Vikings thing? Was it like a Viking movie? I want to say. Maybe.
No?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's more dangerous, a chimp or a Viking?
A chimp or a
Chimp,
woman
obviously.
Viking.
In bed.
We have
or-
to woman. Okay.
Hopefully the woman Viking. Anyways. No, what was I saying about herbology? Yeah, so with was it transduction whatever where like the different plants and stuff like in the rainforest like communicate with each other and stuff like that. So if they can communicate, do they not have feelings then? Like cuz when we think of like animals and stuff like that, we connect with them in a way where, you know, seemingly they do have feelings and stuff, but it's like if they can seemingly prove that plants can communicate with each other, then maybe they do have feelings. Especially when plants, when they can sense, you know, that, you know, caterpillars or like animals and stuff is eating their leaves and they change the chemical makeup to make those leaves taste sour and gross so they'd stop eating them.
Like in The
So-
Happening, like how the trees,
Yeah,
like how
like-
they released a pheromone that made people kill themselves, right? So
Right? So it's like,
there
So
is
I can't find the source of this story. Sorry,
there
guys.
is
it's okay.
a theory called the 100 monkey theory that once 100 monkeys learn, or chimps or whatever, I think, Bryson, check this out. I don't
looking
know.
it up.
But they say once 100 monkeys kind of figure it out, then they find that like their relatives, regardless whether they have contact with that particular group of monkeys or whatever, actually their whole consciousness evolves and they start utilizing tools and stuff. I think that was found.
So,
you know, and
chimps actually hunt with spears.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
so-
like,
chimps are in like the Stone Age.
yeah, I was actually just about to say that. There's actually some belief in the scientific community that they're trying to prove that apes are right now where we were like 20 million years ago or whatever it is.
Yeah.
okay, what was the 100
They know how to use tools.
What was the 100th monkey? Was it? Did it say anything on there? Just like
Yeah, so it's a hypothetical phenomenon in which a new behavior or idea is spread rapidly, like by unexplained means. So like once the 100th learns, it kind of just spreads. Like
kind of like a
instantly.
mind. It's
Yeah,
like
it's like
we're
a-
all
like a-
connected
hive mind.
consciously.
Yeah, a group consciousness.
Okay, that's okay. That's what it is.
So,
okay.
so with the theory, the stone ape theory, if we start giving apes and chimps, you know, like psilocybin and, you know, DMT and stuff like that, do you think that eventually that they're
Who says they're not already
over-
doing it in the wild anyway?
I'm just saying, like over time, will eventually their brains grow to the point where we find that missing link where we go from from ape chimp to you know,
Okay.
Homo sapien.
You guys, I'm mesmerized by this. So I just clicked open a article. Granted, it's Fox News, whatever. But it says, chimps are killing people in Uganda. Quote, it broke off the arm, opened the stomach, and removed the kidneys.
It knew where a human
National
kidney was?
Geographic reports that the problem has been going on for several years, citing an incident in 2014 that saw a chimp fatally attack a 2-year-old child, stealing the baby from his mother.
Who
Came
gave
in the
chimps
garden
doctorates
as
to do surgery?
I was
Yo.
digging that her 4 young children were, holy crap, but it broke off the arm, hurt him on the head, and opened the stomach and removed the kidneys. The mom continued, adding that the child died on the way to the local hospital.
Well, that sucks.
Oh my gosh. That is so weird.
Yeah,
it pulls out the kidney. Like, what?
It's definitely, like, chimp attacks are definitely a really bad thing, like, in Africa, for sure.
Holy
it's really
crap.
bad.
Okay, I am super grateful that we live in a land that does not have native chimpanzees, because that would be freaky as hell. Mountain lions are bad enough.
Tune in next week when we talk about Australian spiders.
Oh, hell no. I will not be in that one.
And Japanese hornets.
Okay, why do you guys want to give me nightmares all the time? Talking about freaking
It's just
centipedes
really
the size
interesting.
of dinosaurs and shit.
No, they're the size of house
Forgot
cats.
about that.
They're the size of house cats, right?
That was spiders, and then there was a
Centipedes
that was like the size of like a car.
That's gross.
Yeah, no.
I don't like that.
Have you guys seen coconut crabs?
Yes,
Those things are
humongous.
huge.
Okay, so what other animals do you think that could have came from a different planet? Because they just don't make sense.
Anything from the deep ocean?
I was gonna say octopi
Yes, octopus.
and jellyfish.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, so we
Very
watched
otherworldly for sure.
we watched this show called Resident Alien from the Sci-Fi Channel. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Okay,
Has,
it's really
Alan
funny.
Tudyk in it. He's the alien.
It's actually kind of funny.
He's hilarious.
But it talks about, he's like, octopi is my cousin, you know what I mean? And so he has like an octopus that he saved from a local Chinese restaurant so it wouldn't be cooked, and they speak telepathically to each other. It's really funny.
Yeah, the voice is Nathan Fillion. It's hilarious.
Have you ever had octopus?
Yes.
No,
It's actually pretty good.
I have not. I'm scared of the suction cups.
It's rubbery.
Oh, is that a coconut?
No. So this
Crab?
right here, it's called a long arm squid.
I remember seeing
They're
that.
like 26 feet long. They live in the
Excuse
deep
me.
ocean, and they just like float around. But they look.
There's
like,
some that are way
yeah,
taller
horrifying.
than that, huh?
Do
Yeah.
they have natural predators?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, look up on YouTube. Duck trolls tigers.
What?
Bro,
What?
I went down a rabbit hole. There's seriously a bunch of YouTube videos of ducks trolling tigers, like popping up. The tigers go try to get him, and he ducks down.
I've seen these. They're
Oh
so
my
funny.
god, it's so funny. But
Okay,
I'm just
now
thinking,
I gotta see this.
I'm just thinking though, as soon as that guy gets a hold of that duck, it's dead.
Nah, duck.
He's like, where to
Pops
go?
up.
Where to go?
He's like, "What's happening? I don't understand."
Yeah, it just pops down.
It's so funny. It just
Got him.
disappears. He's like, "Where'd he go?"
Well, what's weird is it
And it
can
pops
dive
up behind
down, but there's like no ripples, like saying where, like indicating where it's at. So the tiger's like, "What the hell?"
There's a ton of videos like that. I watched one. There was literally one duck, and it was like 10 tigers, and it was getting away from all of them. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? This is happening right now?"
That's funny.
I don't know if it was 10 tigers, but it was a group of tigers. But yeah, like
Okay.
this world seriously
squid
has some
is so
very
weird looking.
strange animals. Like, it's
Well,
crazy.
like some of the fish and stuff like that they pull up from the depths where there's like no sunlight at all.
Where they're just transparent.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of smart in an evolutionary sense. They're like, well, if we don't have to put effort towards pigmentation, let's just make it transparent, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And watching, is it octopus? Yeah, when they change colors and stuff.
Oh, cuttlefish.
Oh, I'm thinking of cuttlefish.
Well, cuttlefish and octopus can both change colors.
Okay.
Octopus usually can like fully blend in.
You guys, and
They look like they
octopi
changed their
are
texture.
so freaking intelligent.
They
They were
think-
declared like sentient beings like this year.
Yeah,
Like, they are like fully aware of their
Really?
own being.
we
Yeah.
were talking about this,
Interesting.
Bryson and I. Like, I think it was you that I was talking to about this. Like,
I think we talked about it at work.
yeah, octopi are like known to be about as smart as a human toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like they can open jars and stuff to get food, and
That's why in like a lot of like aquariums and stuff, they have to be in like sealed containers
Dang it.
because like they will get out. Like it,
Wow.
if it can open somehow, it'll get out.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of stuff
That's kinda
where
cool.
like they'll be in aquariums and people are in there cleaning and they'll come and play with the people in the
That's kind
aquariums.
of cool.
And
I
like
want to play with
there
an
was
octopus. That sounds sick.
I was like, there's like, I watch like all these animal things like the dodo and stuff. And this lady was like,
The dodo.
yeah, it's a,
Oh, it's okay.
yeah, whatever. Anyway, she saved an octopi cause it had laid eggs in something. And so she put it in it had laid its eggs in like a broken piece of pipe. So she took the pipe and put it in a safe place, like off of the beach and some rocks and stuff. And she would go back, and every year this octopi would come back. It would be the same one and like come and like say hi to her and like play with her and stuff.
Dude.
Are octopi hermaphrodite? I'm not saying the word right.
Hermaphrodites?
Are they hermaphrodites where they can lay eggs and?
No, I don't think so.
I want to get an octopus tattooed on like my shoulder or my leg. Go diving in the ocean and just see if it'll come hang out with my octopus.
Hey, buddy.
It's like, hey, you got a picture of me on you. What's up?
I feel like they would totally do that.
That's funny.
Most of them are, but not all of them.
Oh,
But they
interesting.
usually will still use a mate.
Okay, that's interesting. That's something that is very fascinating about the animal world. Is that some
Hermaphroditic.
like fish and like amphibians, some reptiles. Like, yeah, I think that's like very interesting.
Well, that was the whole premise of like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
they can just switch
They
sex.
evolved and
Yeah.
switched sex because that's what nature required in order for them to procreate.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's wild.
they're like, all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female. But then they used like the toad
They
DNA.
use like frog DNA.
Yeah, and it's true. Like, yeah, so, whatever.
I kinda
And what's
want an
really
octopus.
interesting about, like, I remember when Jurassic Park came out, was it
93?
93?
I want to say 92 or 9.
It was not. It was 93.
The
Nice.
Jurassic Park expert knows.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So,
I love Jurassic Park. It was 93.
I think what's really
Okay.
interesting about Jurassic Park is, like, I remember that coming out and being like this kind of science fiction like phenomenon, but where we're at today in like 2020, it's like
yeah.
the science is there to back that up where they could actually the science is there, they could possibly do it now.
And then the classic line, we were so busy wondering if we could, we never stopped to think if we should.
Yep.
Oh! Jeff Goldblum. That's when I fell in love with him.
Love him.
Why do they have to go bigger?
Okay.
Start making hybrids.
Yeah.
But
just
for real, you
terrible
guys,
idea.
that would be scary as hell. Could you, Planet of the Apes could be happening with like
It's slowly becoming
CRISPR and
nonfiction.
stuff like that. Like, you guys, this is what I'm saying. Like this futuristic stuff, we're like getting all like, yeah, let's do it. But I'm like, yo,
Should we?
should we?
I don't know if
Yeah,
we should.
let's go to Mars.
Let's press pause for a sec.
It's
Let's
completely
just think this all the way through.
like you can't inhabit like that reasonably. Like you have to like do some serious work to get it to like to terraform.
What are you talking about?
Like Mars.
Oh, see, I was talking about animals. You're talking about other planets. We're
Well,
like not on the
there's
same
also
page.
some belief that wasn't like there's some belief that Mars was actually Earth 1.
Oh.
Essentially, yeah, because they have like polar ice caps, and there
Right.
seems to be evidence that
Water
like,
was there.
because it's just out of the Goldilocks zone, which is like the habitual zone for life, and they guess that it possibly could have been in that area and was habitable at one point, and maybe even did contain life, and then it had been pushed out gradually. But
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because remember when we watched Home? The herbologist said, I will prove that there was life here once.
Home?
Yeah.
Home? What do you mean?
That
You mean Away?
Away.
with,
Away. That's what it was called.
With
Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank, yes.
And it was all about their whole mission to Mars.
Oh, that was a really great
Gosh, I
miniseries.
cried in that.
It was such a beautiful story because It was telling a story through human beings and having human feelings and human.
It wasn't so much a science fiction show as it was talking about the human condition and the need for human connection and why it's so important.
Yes.
Which was kind of awesome. Have you guys seen that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
It was really good. Hilary Swank was like legit.
Yeah, she was really good.
I cried a lot.
Yeah,
but
it
maybe,
was really sad.
Maybe it's an old people show. I don't know.
No, I think it's more. Well, it's definitely geared more towards feelings. It was definitely written in a way to really pull at your heartstrings, for sure.
Yeah.
And it was a female director, and I'm sure a female writer, because it definitely.
No, it was based on a book, wasn't it?
It's called Away.
I'm looking it up right now.
With Hilary Swank. But definitely recommend. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's
a short series.
Yeah.
Here we are.
But
Does it say if it's based off of a book or not?
Does not say.
This is a Netflix original?
Yeah, it's a Netflix original.
Huh.
It's really good.
It was.
I'll check it out.
Really good. There were some parts I was just kind of like, it didn't really quite hit as the other episodes did, but the majority of them were really good.
I gotta finish Wednesday and then I'll watch this.
Oh, Wednesday was so good. I love
You
that
and your lady
show.
finish it?
Well, we broke up, but I finished it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
I did not mean to.
No, you're okay.
I'm so sorry.
We
It's
had
okay.
such high hopes for the Twitter. The Twitter thing, because how we met her on Twitter with the
Not
mask.
Twitter.
Tinder.
Oh, Tinder. It was one of those.
It was a T word.
It was one of those.
The
It was a
Spider-Man
T-word
Tinder.
app.
Excuse my middle-aged
Hey, you
ignorance.
guys want to help me make a profile for Jesus?
Oh my God, yes. Please. Let's do it. That
Bryce-
sounds hilarious.
Tell you
Bryson will
what,
hit
you
you up
guys
this
make
week. Help me
it.
make a profile for Jesus.
You
Hell
guys
yeah.
make it, and then we'll highlight it on the podcast. How's
Sick.
that?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll be like,
Let's
Jesus
go.
is available.
Bet. No, the
Okay,
Animal
no.
Kingdom is seriously like it's effed, dude. Like
It's not
whole-
It's
Okay,
nature.
I actually do have one positive gorilla story.
oh, okay. Hit us
So,
up.
have you guys ever heard of the story of Binti?
No.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
That does sound familiar.
Binti it's almost like it's a very similar Harambe story. It's another kid that fell into an enclosure with gorillas, but the name of the gorilla was Binti. So Binti actually found this kid that had fallen in, and he was injured pretty bad. Like he had a concussion. I think he broke one of his limbs.
Jeez.
I might be wrong. If you can find the injuries, Bryson.
Yeah, he had a broken hand and a gash on the side of his face after
Okay.
falling in.
Okay, so he was fairly
How do you
injured.
spell it?
Binti.
So
Okay.
So Binti actually, this is a female gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
So she found this kid in the enclosure and like picked him up and carried him and was like trying to take care of him and like comfort him as if he was one of her own. And like there's a video. It's a very old video because it's much old. It came like way before Harambe, but there's like a video of her and it looks like she's kind of looking around for somebody to come and help. So she actually carried this kid to where one of the exits was in this enclosure and gave him to the staff and the zookeepers and saved this
I do
kid.
remember this.
That's
one.
wild.
Yeah, she was specially trained to care for infant gorillas.
That's it.
And so I'm sure like that training was used in that case.
I guess it
Yes.
happened in 1996.
Yeah. I'm also
That-
finding
yeah.
she is the niece of another famous gorilla, Coco, who is the gorilla who can sign.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, you guys, when I saw Coco with Robin Williams.
Oh my gosh, that video is so cute. I love it.
Cried because like I watched it after Robin Williams passed, and I just cried because I loved Robin Williams. He was a comic genius. Crazy.
You know, there's some people that did not feel the same way about his comedy. In comedy circles, they kind of felt like he was more of someone who would steal like material and and use it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently later in his comedy career, he stopped copying people and kind of did his own thing. But in the beginning, it seemed like he was kind of a Mencia guy. He would steal other people's jokes and do them.
Oh, Joe Rogan hated Carlos Mencia. They had a huge rival over that.
Huge
crap.
huge beef. That was the sole reason why he left. Was it the Laugh Factory? No, not the Laugh Factory. I don't know. It was some big comedy like place where a lot of comics like came up in was it Boston area, I want to say. Anyways, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm kind of floundering here.
Well,
We
been
are
going,
getting pretty.
We have been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, you did. Oh,
We're getting
if you
pretty-
want to, if you just want to tell us like when we're at like 125, just say, hey, final thoughts or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're good.
Are we there?
We're at 120, like
Oh, okay.
exactly. So
Oh, check me out.
yeah, way to go, Rhiann.
Yeah, nicely done.
I know what's up.
Yeah, you do know what's up.
Okay. So, moral of the story.
Chimps do not belong in your house.
If you see them in the wild, run. So they don't rip off your lips, your arms, fingers, feet,
both
or
of
your
both of your lips
baby
too.
making machine.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
you want to
don't-
keep your fertility? Stay away from chimpanzees.
Well, see, I'm like, it seems like the men are more in danger, but like,
Okay, so listen.
Linda,
Linda,
listen.
Linda,
Linda,
listen.
listen.
Linda, listen.
Because I also wow.
We're all having
Who?
strokes now.
seriously. We're all ready for work tomorrow, aren't we?
We're ready for bed so that we can prepare for work tomorrow.
My doctor has told me that I can masturbate whenever I want. This says you could have a stroke at any moment.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Was that
So-
what you were gonna say?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
That
because
was
I
hilarious.
wanted to bring this up too, and just to get like your stories on this, but we ended up going into a lot of ape talk. So, but I just wanted to hear like
Lot
what
of
are some
monkey.
like animal companionships that you've had in your life that have been like that have just stuck with you.
Oh,
I know a lot of these are probably
I
going to be
don't
like
know
dog
if-
stories.
I don't
so
know. I don't want to do it.
You guys don't have to.
It's
do
too.
this. I know
it's
this
too
is
fresh for us.
well, I did have Boomer. I got him after my practice marriage, and he was my boy.
Your practice marriage?
Yeah, my first one. And
I love that. Practice.
and then him and Jacob got in power struggles all the time. It was kind of funny to watch. But he
Yeah.
was our boy. I had him for like 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
And he was the first animal that he was my first dog that I got after that was like my dog, mine.
Yeah.
So, like after I had moved out from parents and stuff, that was tough.
It was also the first dog that we've put down.
Yeah. And Starbuck, bless his little heart, every time I leave, I swear he thinks he's never going to see me again because I come home and he's in like a panic.
Yeah.
So I think,
oh my God, you're still alive?
yeah. So
it
I
doesn't
think
matter if it's an hour or if
Or
it's
like
like
5
all
minutes.
day. It's the same energy.
it's the same reaction, yeah.
It's actually kind of a beautiful thing to see.
So we're going to have to, his anxiety is a beautiful thing to see.
No, how
I
how
love seeing my dog's
How
anxiety.
excited he is when we come
Yeah.
home. It just doesn't matter like how long we were gone, even if we're 30 minutes or 10 hours. He's like super excited for us to be home.
Yeah, so, but
Yeah.
I've definitely bonded with dogs more than cats, but
Same.
I grew up with a ton of animals.
Me too.
Yeah, had fish, bird,
I had rats,
dogs,
guinea
had
pigs,
had a
turtles.
My childhood pet after our bird was a female parakeet named Katie. We called her Katie Bird. After that was Sunny. She was a purebred red-bone hound dog, which wasn't papered because they accidentally had a litter. And they didn't have the previous dogs papered or anything. They were just giving them away, and so we got a free dog. But it was a purebred dog. And yeah, she was awesome. She would always go into every single room to make sure we were safe and got all asleep before she would then go to the parents' bedroom and sleep in the bed. But she would always come and be in our bed. So she'd start in my bed or Chris's bed until we fall asleep. Then she'd get out, go to Sarah's bed, lay with her for a little bit until she went to sleep. Then she would go to the parents' room to go to sleep. She was a sweet dog.
What about you two?
Bryson, go for it.
Well, let's see. As a kid, we had cats up till like I was around like 8, but then my mom got allergic, so we actually didn't really have any animals until like that I remember very vividly until about 2 years ago, because we got a puppy during the pandemic. Her name's Roxy. She's a little black Labradoodle. And we do love her. She's a bit of a crackhead sometimes, but we like her. Over the summer, I did find this to be like very wholesome, even though it did wake me up half the time. So we have like baby gates up because she can be a little bit crazy, and so we don't want her going and like downstairs or upstairs. So she's just on the main floor. But occasionally, like in the mornings, like when my mom would take her out of her crate to go to the bathroom, she'd be like, "Do you want to go wake the kids up?" Because me and my youngest sister were down in the basement, and my room for the summer was just a corner of the basement, not like blocked off or anything. It was just a corner. But so she'd be like, "Do you want to go wake the kids up?" And she's just like so excited. They move the gate, and you can just hear her run down the stairs like, and then she'd wake you up. And I was always like woken up from that, but I was like, "That's okay. This is wholesome enough. I'm fine with this. It doesn't wake me up in a bad mood than if like my siblings did the same thing."
That actually made me think of a story I'll have to share.
that was a
What
wholesome
about
story.
you,
I like
Alakai?
So, my childhood dog, her name's Kona. She was the best friend that I had ever had, and like she was my dog. My parents actually got her for me when I was just 3 years old. So I lost her when I was 16. And it was, to this day, I've been through some tough shit. Losing her was the toughest thing that I think I've ever had to go through.
Yeah.
And you guys know how I am with dogs. I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about my feelings with dogs.
They're like a part of the family, man.
This episode has gone from the beginning where we're scaring the shit out of people with horrifying
I'm
animal
crying.
stories, and we're
Like,
and we're gonna end it with making people cry.
I have a story that I can end it on that's not going to make people cry. It'll make them laugh, but...
Let's hear it.
So when we first brought home Kona, I guess the first few nights that we had her, what I would do, actually no, this would take place in the morning. In the morning, the first few mornings we had her, I have pictures of this too. I would actually take like my bowl of cereal, and I would put it right down next to her food, and I'd get on my knees, and I'd be eating it. I'd be eating my food with her, because I didn't want her to be alone.
Oh, that's so cute.
Like,
that's so you too.
Oh my gosh!
That is so you.
So I also have like a few pictures in my camera roll of like me as a kid, just us sleeping together. I think there's another picture like when I was like 14, 15. I was like passed out in bed, and she's like on top of me, also totally passed out. I'll have to find the pictures and show you guys. But she was like easily the best friend that I've ever had, the best dog that I've ever had, like the best companionship that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah,
was that dog,
because she was with you through like growing up, like you went through like adolescence and stuff with that dog.
So yeah, and like I remember after losing her, you know, I don't either.
Siri.
I'm not sure I understand your love for an animal.
So after
Sorry about that.
after losing her, I remember having like it was a very typical, and I hated this question that would come up, but like there would be a lot of people that'd be like, "Are you planning on ever getting another dog?" And my response was like, "My dog is dead. Like,
Yeah.
that was, yeah, I always hated having that conversation. And I have a dog now. She can't live with me because I can't have dogs in my housing, but she lives with my parents in Laverkin. She's a great dog, but she's not listening to me as much anymore because she's building the bond with my parents now. So,
Bruh, that's me going home because
yeah.
over like the summer, Roxy got very good at listening to me, and then whenever I'm gone for school, she just does not care.
She loses that imprint on you, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, oh, that sucks. So we had a lot of dogs growing up, but like we had a family friend who got a Rottweiler, and his name was Rocco Bazzi, and we called him Rock for short. And when I was a kid in the summers, I would sleep out on the back patio because we didn't have central AC in my house at the time. So I would sleep out on the patio on some mattresses and stuff. And every morning, Dave, who was our family friend, would bring his dog over. And this dog, from the time it was a puppy to like full grown, would come, jump on me, and sit on my face, and like literally 85% of the time would literally fart. And that dog's farts were so rank.
Dog farts are like equivalent to nuclear war.
Yes, especially puppy Rottweiler farts. Oh my gosh, that's how I woke up during the summers, like 3 summers out of my childhood. But that dog, oh my gosh, when Dave had to put it down, I cried.
Yeah.
And I cried. Well, I cried with every animal I had to put down.
Yeah.
But I will always remember the Rocco Bazzi farts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad that that's the most endearing memory I have of that dog, but it's what it
Like,
is.
oh, what's your favorite memory of your dog? Him farting
Farting in my face. Wake up, sunshine.
How many times did you have pink eye while you were growing up?
I didn't have pink eye. It literally just, it was a big dog.
Oh, dogs.
I do love dogs. You guys, we do not deserve animals.
No, I don't think animals deserve us.
True. Humans be
Yeah.
a plague.
Yeah. I think that in some ways that is true.
Humans
Maybe
are
chimpanzees are like the social
Looking
justice
at-
warriors of the
Humans
animal
are-
Oh my
kingdom.
God.
humans are the virus on the earth.
I mean, come on. There's an application called TikTok, and the most popular videos are like little kids dancing
Ugh.
to like.
I'm so glad I'm off that side of
Like-
TikTok. I've been off that for like a year. It makes me so happy.
But that's what they built their platform on. Was
I
like
know.
these little pubescent like little boys and girls doing these funny dances with their hands and arms and whatever to music, and like that was what was popular.
It
that's
still,
what
it
built
still
it.
is.
I like all the animal videos on TikTok. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I like some weird shit on TikTok. There's some weird stuff on
Okay,
there.
there's
Bryson
some
will tell you.
Yeah, Alakai sends me the weirdest videos on TikTok. And I'm like, where did you find this? I love it because I love cursed shit.
Go
And
through
so
my
I'm like,
For You
please
page.
send it to me.
I'm still waiting for Vines to come back and like
Oh,
to
it
be
will.
like
TikTok
a big.
They
is
kind
the
of
new
are.
Vine.
It's made by the same people that made Vine, isn't it?
No.
No, it's no.
But I know when like Elon Musk bought like Twitter, he was like, "We're gonna bring Vine back." I'm like, "It's not profitable anymore."
I don't think
TikTok already occupies that space,
Yeah.
and like Facebook and Instagram, they're trying to get with it on like Reels, and even like YouTube Shorts is like
Yeah.
is fairly decent at it. I don't think Vine would nearly be as profitable as it could have been if it had just not gone away, because now we have TikTok that occupies that space already.
Yeah. I mean, if it came back kind of like a genre on TikTok, I think that would be kind of cool.
Yes,
I mean, like
that's like the kind of
to
stuff.
the old days of Vines and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's like
memes
the
and
kind of stuff I see as like Vine energy
Yeah.
type stuff. And I'm like, yes, this could have been a Vine.
I miss those days. I do.
Anyways, that's
And
all I
from
have.
our family to yours.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Very abrupt. I like it though.
Today's video is sponsored
very
by
abrupt,
viewers
Jacob.
like you, so thank you. If we earned your subscription today, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, click that damn bell, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a content release. The best way to support the channel is to like this video, share it with family and friends, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. Send all of your topic ideas, articles, and video links to theperiodicreview@gmail.com. All of our links are in the description down below.